were raised in a religion where we became professional judgers.
Yes.
So if you didn't look like us, if you didn't act like us, if you didn't dress like us, then you were good as us. And so, I mean,
professional judges.
But we started making changes, and we did, of course. We made changes. You can tell I'm really different now. But,
yeah, Mimi, you went from having your hair wrapped around an oatmeal box, according to your daughter, with safety with bobby pins galore, to the Kim hairdo. Right.
She's saying that though because my hair was almost to my knees.
Wow.
Years.
Wow.
Because we couldn't do that either, but
they could put wigs in. I found out now they put hairpiece.
No, then maybe
hair
we
pieces.
couldn't. Oh no, we couldn't. I had to take my hairpiece off when I got in that church. No.
Really?
Oh my God.
No. But because of that, I mean, even so help me God, Katie, this morning I was praying, and one of my prayers was, God, help me to never judge.
God,
because I mean, that has been one thing with me, because I mean, I was good at towing my husband said toe the line, I did it. If he said, don't do this, take your rings off, take your jewelry off, take your makeup off, don't cut your hair, take your color out, you can't use color anymore. I did everything by the book.
Wow.
By rules. And I was a rule. So yes, I had no problem abiding by rules. But then I watched other people that didn't do well with abiding by the rules.
And you sent them to hell.
Well, how can they do that? How can we be going to the same heaven? So to see now, so that's my prayer every day, that Lord, that I never judge, that I love people where they are.
Amen.
Yeah. Care what they've done, because I mean we love lots of people now every week, and I think the Lord's given me a comeback season.
Come on, Mimi.
Come on.
Love expecting nothing in return.
Yes.
You know, love just because Jesus is love.
Come on.
Yes.
Do you think?
Katie.
Yeah.
Huh? I'm sorry, baby, go ahead.
I just want to ask, do you think, Kim, that you pushed back and you ran because there was so much judgment?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was literally thinking, Katie, I remember probably about 8 years old sitting under the pews at our church. We were still United Pentecostal. And I remember this, Katie, at like 8 o'clock. I mean, at 8 years old, I remember looking up at that choir one day in church, and I thought they were singing, take me back.
Yeah, that's true.
Take me back, dear Lord, where I first believed. And I'm thinking, it hit me. I got to go to heaven with y'all. Y'all look like y'all ready to cut your wrists. Y'all look like y'all are the most miserable people on the planet. And we're the only ones going to heaven because of our religion. And I got to go with y'all. I know that's why I ran. Katie, I ran so hard because I was thinking, I don't know, hell might be better than going to heaven with a bunch of these Pharisaical, his hypocritical Christians.
Oh my God. You know, it's true though, right? I mean, we get judged all the time. We're miracle workers. People judge us. We go show up one time at a church. We blow it up. Everybody gets healed. We never get asked back again. I mean, you know, there is judgment in the church. Now, guys, there's balance. You know, for all of you that are watching, the Bible says that when we not judge angels, how much so will we judge the world? We'll judge even the smallest matters. Okay, when the Bible says that, it means that we're supposed to judge all the stuff in ourselves.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay? We're supposed to judge all the attitudes, all the junk, all the icky, yucky things we say and we think and we do to people. We're supposed to judge that. We're supposed to judge sickness. We're supposed to judge disease. We're supposed to judge demonic activity. And you know what? If you're going to pray for somebody else, you can say, you know what, Lord, in love, I judge that attitude that's hurting them, but I don't judge them. I judge that attitude that's hurting them. All right? So we can do that. And that's what we're supposed to do. The Bible calls us to be judges, but we're not supposed to be judgmental. Hello.
Girl, that is one of the best lines I've heard dropped in a long time.
Come on.
We're supposed to be judges, but of ourselves.
Yes.
Why are you judging? If you can look in that mirror and be like, why am I so ugly? Well, I do. I can tell if I'm being a little crotchety. I am the queen of laying hands on myself. You hear me? Cut out. I'll lay hands on myself in 2 seconds flat.
I do that all the time.
Yes.
Girl, I do it too, man. I was just in a meeting with my staff and I'm like, come out. It's like, come out.
for myself.
I know.
Katie, you know what's so funny is I used to like girl, when I tell you I hated people. Being raised Pentecostal, I just didn't like people. And I know that because everybody, listen, for all of y'all watching this, God knew before you were ever even a thought in your mother's womb. God knew that you were going to be the way you are. He knew that you were going to walk through that divorce. He knew that you were going to be trifling. He knew that you were going to fall back into that addiction. And he gave you the grace to get up and have a bestseller. I know for a fact that God allowed me to walk the path that I walked. In fact, people ask me all the time, what would you do differently? I'm thinking not a dang thing. Because every single wrong mistake, every single bad choice, every single rebel moment got me to a place where I finally crashed, and I needed to crash so I could find God for real, for real.
Come on.
And I know that he did that because I would have never fallen in love with people. I would have been right now, if I would have never crashed and burned and lost everything, I would have been right now sitting on Punta Cana, drinking a margarita and living my best life. But God was like, no. At about 36 years old, you're going to crash and burn, and you're going to lose everything that meant anything to you because you were wanting everybody to see that you had finally made it, and you're going to lose it. And when you lose it, then you're going to have to go get a job in makeup. And while you're doing makeup, because you're going to stink at makeup, you're going to have to learn how to love people through 45 minutes of makeup. And girl, when I tell you, he took that 45 minutes. By the time I would get done with the person, I would love them. God took my anger. And so what I'm telling everybody watching this today, stop detesting your Walgreens season. Stop detesting your start over season. Stop detesting where you are right now, because it is no surprise to God. And he's not going to waste your hell. He is going to take back everything that you lost. And what would normally take 20 years, God will do it in 10 years like he did it to me. All he needs is 1 ounce of obedience will do more for you than all the prayer in the world. Now, I love thumbnails all over the world. Loving people is my favorite hobby on the planet. Could it be that what y'all are walking through, that person that is about to literally been contemplating suicide watching this today, could it be that the enemy knows that once you pull it together, you are going to be a force for God?
Come on.
You're going to make hell tremble, because on your birthday, you listen to me, watching this right now, feeling devastated. On your birthday, my birthday was August the 29th, 1972. When I came out of this little 5 foot tall, 99 pound soaking wet woman, I came out of her. The doctors heard, wow, but hell, her purpose, destiny, a game changer, a nation shifter. And that's exactly how he feels about you today. That's why you are watching this today. It is not by accident that you are watching this today. So I can tell you, Mimi can tell you, Katie can tell you that as long as you have a pulse, God still has a plan. He needs you to be the generational curse breaker in your family. So could it be that you are where you are because God is going to use that, what you're walking through, as your free life college, and you ain't got to pay one student loan back, but you'll have anointing dripping off of your mind.